What is green? Sparkling emeralds. A tart, juicy lime. A freshly cut soccer field. Hope of new beginnings. For 17-year-old Kelly O'Brien, green was an image, a picture in her head, simple motivation.
That was my goal, was to find a green prom dress.
Her prom, yes, that was a day Kelly O'Brien lived for. Literally lived for.
Everything I did was so I could get better and go to prom, because I didn't want to miss out.
She's an O'Brien, you know? She's a gutsy broad.
December 18th, snow on the ground, Christmas in the air. But Kelly didn't quite feel in the spirit.
I had a really bad pain in my stomach after lunch, and it just progressively throughout the day got worse.
Especially that night at a basketball game. A friend's mom suggested a trip to the emergency room just to be safe. The diagnosis? Acid reflux. Kelly knew differently.
I didn't think it could be acid reflux because all I had for lunch was like a salad.
Her gut reaction was right. An ultrasound, blood work, and other tests drew a much more dire picture.
You go in with a stomach ache, you don't expect to hear doctors talking about cell blasts and leukemia. I was floored.
I was just really scared, I guess. I didn't know what to believe.
More testing at the Children's Hospital at Albany Medical Center did little to calm her fears. Dr. Jennifer Pierce broke the news.
I was pretty straightforward with her.
She kind of said she'd get me through it.
Her degree of pain and my fear of what was going on in her spleen was greater at that point than the leukemic process. I was afraid that if we didn't get her spleen out, we were going to lose her from that.
The journey would be long and arduous. Surgery to remove Kelly's cancer-riddled spleen and equally infected gallbladder, immediately followed by incredibly harsh and aggressive chemotherapy.
I use an analogy frequently with these patients that with acute lymphocytic leukemia, we nudge them into remission. With AML, the type that Kelly has, we drop them off a cliff and try and catch them before they hit the ground.
It made me feel really crappy. I was throwing up a lot and didn't feel good, didn't want to eat.
Because instead of getting better, the ground was gaining on her.
And I ended up getting fluid in my lungs, so I had to go back to the PICU.
The images, the pictures in her head were no longer clear.
I watched her deteriorate. Rapidly. And there was nothing I could do.
I really thought that that first hospitalization was going to be virtually impossible to get out of.
Yet after 2 weeks in the dark, John O'Brien saw something in his 17-year-old soldier. He knew her goals were stronger than the disease.
Just one day, there was like a little spark. And I remember that. And then later in the day, another spark and another spark. As quickly as she deteriorated, she came back. And it was, wow.
Caught, but not rescued. Not yet. Only after 5 full weeks in the hospital did Dr. Pierce dare speak that magical word.
I have to wait for the results, but everything looks as though you're in remission.
Even with that, the battle was still on. Long days of chemotherapy were ahead. Her father there, safeguarding, listening, comforting.
It's been the #1 factor in me fighting through this all. I couldn't have done it without him.
I just had to be there. You know, she was going through everything.
Her new team grew every day. Friends, classmates, Facebook fans, and especially her new family at the Children's Hospital, constantly reminding and encouraging Kelly to keep focused on her goal.
My nurses have become major prom consultants and dress ideas and everything else.
After, I don't know, a month or so, everybody on the unit knew exactly when the prom was, knew what color the dress was.
All working together to make sure the picture in Kelly's head became reality. When on May 20th, 153 days after that terrible December night, it all came together.
Everybody looking right here?
Enough smiles and giggles to light up the steel gray sky. No rain on this special day, too much went into it. The makeup, the flowers, the hair, a perfect replica of the locks the chemo stole, and of course, the green dress she envisioned all along. Camera clicks providing the rhythm as the same friends and family that willed her to get better celebrated her success. A surreal moment to a man who saw Kelly at her lowest low.
Yeah, when she does step out of that limo, like I said, when we were in PICU, it was non-existent, and it's a reality, and it's going to be the greatest thing.
Certainly a moment that exceeded expectations.
I just feel like it's gonna feel great to be going out.
Like you really accomplished something?
Yeah.
An accomplishment that amazes even the miracle workers.
A couple of times a year we have somebody like Kelly who we pull and catch before they hit the bottom of that cliff, that are really sick, that have that inner strength. And that's why we have miracles.
They say a picture can speak 1,000 words. In this case, just 4 suffice.
I could survive cancer.